I met Nikola Tesla in a diner in New York. He was eating cotton candy in the dark. I sat down at his table and I asked him for a light. When his eyes met mine, I thought I felt his spark. His glance was like an x-ray and he looked me to the bone. A touch from him, my blood began to boil. It was the 24th of March, he had a really cute mustache, and then he kissed me in an alley and I felt my insides coil. Nikola Tesla, I wish you'd invent a current that could activate my heart. Mysterious jester, I do not expect you. Come back from 1932, I'll always burn a light for you, sweetheart. I've dreamed of someone like you ever since I was a girl. A mystery man inventing something new. Just a guy with a transformer who could make me something warmer, who could open up my circuitry and make me someone new. When Edison got angry, my Nikola only grinned and explained that wireless power was the way. He overturned the system, there was no way to resist him. Then he kissed me one more time and told me he'd come back one day. Nikola Tesla, I wish you'd invent a current that could activate my heart. Mysterious jester, I do not expect you. Come back from 1932, I'm always gonna light for you, sweetheart. Edison's enemy, man who gave us CC, he'll always be me, my little son. Voice on the radio, I'm looking high and low here in the afterglow. Send me a word. So I waited while the valves inside my heart all dimmed and chilled. He had secrets that he stored inside a chest, and he took his many mysteries and walked out into history and left me with the fading sort of feeling in my breast. I've been waiting here for decades, dusty and forgot. I've been waiting for Nikola to come back. It is painful and ironic, not to mention electronic, that you vanish in a calculus to air and fade to black. Nikola Tesla, I wish you'd invent a current that could activate my heart. Mysterious jester, I do not expect you. Back from 1932, I'll always burn a light for you, sweetheart.
One and two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the origami didn't work, we gave you dancing lessons. Because the dancing lessons made you bored, we bought you a guitar.
Because you said it made your fingers sore, we found you a pony. Because the pony broke your leg and ran away, we got you drums.
But the drums annoyed our neighbors, so we gave you cooking lessons, and the cooking lessons made you fat. We bought you running shoes.
If you hear this, please, we love you, Tommy. We know it was never about origami. march home, we promise not to teach you. We don't care what you've done, we hope that this will reach you. If you hear this, please, we love you, Tommy. We won't ask you anything, we won't be angry.
One tiny thing out of place, one tiny thing out of place. Things come so quickly to an end. One tiny stone in the pond, one tiny stone in the pond. Something so small but it's all changed. And is this really where it ends? Is this really where it ends, my darling? One thing out of place. One tiny spark in the soup, one tiny spark in the soup. Things come to life and they begin. One tiny crack in the wall, one tiny crack in the wall. Something so fragile and so small. And is this really where it ends? Is this really where it ends, my darling? One thing, one tiny thing out of place. One tiny thing that isn't there, one tiny thing that isn't there. Things fade so quickly out of sight. One tiny lie told the truth, one tiny lie that told the truth. One tiny movement in the night. And is this really where it ends? Oh, is this really where it ends, my darling? One thing out of place. And is this really where it ends? And is this really who you are, my darling? One thing, one tiny thing out of place.
I saw a squirrel kill himself. He drowned it in my bath.
take that shit out, y'all.
There was a tiny Asian woman screaming in the street today, and she was screaming at a person that she obviously hates. She was so loud we heard the screaming with our windows all rolled up, and we looked down on the street to see who she was screaming at. But there was no one on the sidewalk, so we all looked back at her, and we saw in her homeless hands she had a 1960s mirror, a pretty plastic girly one framed in a purple case. She was screaming at herself, and she was spitting at her face. And we were scared and we were shaking, waiting at the intersection, looking at each other's faces, each one a shocked reflection. We laughed with nervous laughter at the crazies in the street, but it's only 'cause we know it's how we kind of want to be. And there's a fraction of a brain cell chain that makes us what we are. One false move, you're in the mirror, someone's laughing from the car. Half a dozen times, and that she has a bunch of mirrors, she has lots of different kinds. And I wondered what she'd shouted, and I wondered what she'd done. And the light turned green and someone said we ought to put her in a song. I feel sorry for that woman as she stormed off in the day with a bitter frozen enemy who will never go away. So many of us hate ourselves but never shout in rage. We never get to hold a mirror, we never turn the page. And I'm lucky I've got people who will hold me in the night. And I'm lucky that you love me, and I'm glad we never fight. And I'm lucky that I like myself, but late at night I doubt. So I'm scared to look at mirrors, just in case I start to shout.
I wish that Joan of Arc wouldn't hang around the park, pronouncing that she won't get burned again. Her arm is very shiny and her message is divine, but I wish she'd take a day off now and then. She said it clears your head when you come back from the dead, with your sword as sharp as anything that cuts. And to prove it, she bisected 3 young tourists from Utrecht, which rapidly displayed a lot of guts. She says we need to raise a brand new army, and the flag of France so proudly she unfurled. And the people that she hated will be neatly bifurcated, and the British will no longer rule the world. She says it was a mistake to let them burn her at the stake, and she learned a lesson back there in the flames. So she's going to kill the queen and then she'll rescue old Orleans. And it's really hard to hang around with saints. I think I ought to tell her that the English left in failure and they don't go back to France except on holes. But I saw her vivisect a man who wanted to correct her, and the playground soon resembled Grand Guignol. She says we need to raise a brand new army, and she marched us round until we couldn't stand. She says the nation she abhors will soon be writhing on the floor, and the British will no longer rule her land. She's waiting for the Dauphin, who will come across the ocean and knows that God agrees with her complaints. So I'm hoping she'll ignore my English accent in her war, 'cause it's really hard to hang around with saints. She says we need to raise a brand new army, and the flag of France so proudly she unfurled. And the people that she hated will be neatly bifurcated, and the British will no longer rule. The British will no longer rule. The British will no longer rule the world.
Should make yourself an announcer, man.
On the speaker, thumping music make me freak out. I need a club hype, getting ready for the let out. Temperature rising, feeling better when I step out. Rump shaking, body aching, everybody check it out. See, I raise the roof, is the mother effer burn. People stepping out crazy, I just let them twist and turn. Throwing fits, cause the music keeps me energized. Looking for that prize to take over in my life. Mr. Right Guy, where could you be? Somewhere hiding in the party when you should be with me. I'm all wore out and losing it. Know I love to dance, so you know I'm killing, bruising it. Test me if you ready, I'll be better than the next. Carry on, I'm the best, freaking psycho on my chest. I'm the hottest, better yet, ain't no stopping, it's a bet. Put your money where your mouth is and give me the check. Exotic on the speaker, getting down, down. I got it, wild out. On the speaker, exotic on the speaker, getting down, down. I got it, wild out. On the speaker, exotic on the speaker, getting down, down. I got it, wild out. On the speaker, exotic on the speaker, getting down, down. On the speaker, I like to walk in, flirting with the bouncer. Listen up clearly, yeah, it's time for the announcer. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I'm known to get it poppin', and you know I do. Look, I can get the party going, it's for sure. I'm the energy drink, hyperactive and it's pure. I like to hang with the real girls. I like to wild out, keep it cute and be trill girls. Ha, and it's a trick to that, cause they mouth be talk reckless and I'm leaving you bad. When you see me out with boys, then you know it's a fad. I don't roll with many girls, you can check my background. Tell it to the people that I'm hot. The princess of club, and you know what I'm about. Excited on the speaker, getting down. The center of my sweat and the haters on the ground. And yeah, I jump around when the speaker makes a sound. Vibration through my body gets the movement in the town. Be more, stands up, yeah, you know we keep it live. Danger on the way, smoking weed and getting high. Excited on the speaker, getting down, down. I got it, wild out. On the speaker, excited on the speaker, getting down, down. I got it, wild out. On the speaker, Bye.